Hello there, it is Bill DeWeese, pro voiceover talent and voiceover career coach. Today I want to talk about asking the wrong questions. When you first get started in something like building a voiceover business or really anything, there's a million questions and we tend to want to have them all answered before, we're afraid to do anything unless we know the answers to everything. But oftentimes, if not most times, the questions that we have really aren't even that important because you don't even know the right questions to ask really until you get a little further down the road. Let me give you a few examples because we get hundreds of emails here in the inbox from people, who are looking to find out more about voiceover or trying to build a voiceover business. And here are some examples of questions that, while seemingly important if you really haven't become involved in voiceover, once you get in voiceover, you really realize they're not important at all. Like, for instance, what happens if I get a script that I can't or won't record because it's contrary to my political views, my religious views, my moral views? A lot of people ask that question. Well, you just don't do it. There's this word called no that you are allowed to use if you are a voiceover talent. It's something you don't need to worry about. What if tomorrow I have a cold and I sound different than I do today? Again, I'm not saying that you don't need to deal with it, but what I'm saying is it's not one of the things that you need to worry about. What microphone must I have to get started and what kind of processing and what kind of preamp, and we'll spend hours and hours researching, not nearly as important as you might think. What if somebody steals my audition? Something you really don't need to worry about. Should require a down payment? I've never required a down payment and I get 99.7% collection rate. Now, again, I'm not saying these things aren't important. I'm just trying to illustrate the point that you probably have 100 questions, 90 of which really aren't all that important and will kind of work themselves out in the mix, or the answer will become apparent as you become involved. But you don't know what that is until you get a little deeper into the topic, which is why I want to invite you to a free webinar that I'm offering 1 week from the day that I'm releasing this video. So coming up on Wednesday, March 11th, 2020. In case you're watching this in another year and say, well, what happened to the video? Well, we've already done it. So it is happening Wednesday, March 11th at 8 p.m. Central Time. And I'm going to put a link down below so you can register. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you, I'm actually going to go through steps to start and build a six-figure voiceover business from your home, regardless of where you live in the world. So this is going to be a webinar that's not a bunch of fluff. This is actually going to have real, actionable information. So if you want to find out more, if you want to get some of those, and there will be a Q&A time. So if you want to get questions answered, I'm even going to have some folks read. I'll have some scripts to read. So you might get a chance to get directed by me during that session. So if you want to learn more, I encourage you to go to the link below in the description and sign up for the webinar. And I look forward to talking to you and answering your questions and talking voiceover and helping you to prepare to build a profitable voiceover business next week.